What's up? What's up? Welcome into another episode of Jamming with J Money, man. We ready to get to some money day after Thanksgiving. It's kind of a holiday for us, man, but we still gonna, what I'm saying, do a little show, man. Try to get to some money today. What's up, Junior? Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Just ready to get into these games. Full slate today. So whenever you're ready, my guy, let's get into it.
Yeah, we got a full slate of games, man. We even got one on right now, man. I'm one. Well, I'm glad I couldn't bet it. I probably would have hopped in that first half under. I saw it at 104. It's looking like that's not gonna cash right now. It's what 56-47 right now. So I'm actually glad I stayed off that one. We know those early games usually, what I'm saying, and this is a home and home as well. We know that the Celtics just beat the Nets. I'm over there, and yep, it just went over as well, man. So I'm glad I stayed off that one. But usually the under is a damn good play in these early starts. It was 11 o'clock Central start for me, man. So 12 o'clock Eastern start in this game. You would think that it's gonna be tired, not necessarily tired legs, but people, what I'm saying, sleepy, still wiping the sleep out their eyes. So it's not looking like that's the case. They getting up and down the floor, man. I'm still gonna be looking towards the under here, in this second half. Like I said, I know they run up and down the court right now, but we'll see, man, when the number gets out. But I've been looking into these games today, man. So let's get to it, Junior. I'm looking at this first game in the Hornets versus the Pistons. Let me see what's up in the chat first, man. What's up, Stephen Montez? Got Kyle Ransom in here, Sean Collins, Marcelo 1821, Reed Cape in here, Keith Salary. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Like I say, on this little holiday, you know what I'm saying? But we still gonna try to get to some money. This Pistons spot, Junior, Pistons versus Hornets. Anything you thinking on this game?
I'm waiting for you to say this is a revenge game J spot, bro. That's what I was waiting
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
But
this a
yeah,
this a double revenge. Yeah, it's a double revenge game, but yeah, it's not like I say. Even though it's a revenge game, it's still not a spot that I bet every single time. It is a revenge spot, double revenge. The Hornets have already beat the Pistons twice this year, and this is a home and home as well. That was the last game as well, and once again, they only lost by 1 point. I mean, it was a pretty close game. The Pistons, they had their handle in their game, and then obviously just kept losing the lead. It was a back and forth spot. It's a home and home. The Pistons here at the house now. I'm leaning towards it. I'm not taking the Hornets here. It is a lot of points. I don't think that the Hornets are going to win this game. It's just I can't trust the Pistons right now to lay this 7.5. If I had a free bet, yeah, I would be taking the Pistons my 7.5 if it was some money that I just found, or what I'm saying, somebody else's money. But with my own money, I can't take them with the 7.5. They hadn't proven that. They hadn't proven enough to me. Zeller was out in that game too, Junior, and you know what I'm saying. They still couldn't get it done. I don't know about this. I mean, maybe. I think they're going to win. Maybe throw them on the money line parlay or something, but I'm not taking it 7.5. Even though I think it's their spot here at the house. The Pistons just hadn't been playing well. What you thinking on this one?
yeah, it's a stay away game for me for sure. I just don't like. It's funny. Both of these games, like both of the previous games that they played, there were two really close games. So on top of the fact that I think this spot is a 50-50, every time they've played has basically been a 50-50 spot. So to try and pretend like I know either way who has the advantage in this game, if anything, I'm leaning Charlotte plus the 7.5. I think that's way too many points to this Pistons team, who recently have not been consistent at all. They have 2 wins in their last like 8 games or something like that. So why would they be 7.5 point favorites against anybody? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I know Charlotte's had a lot of losses recently, but if you just look at the games that they've played, other than that, I think that one Miami game, they were in all of those games. So I just think that 7.5 points is a lot to lay with anybody. It's definitely way too much to lay with an inconsistent team like the Pistons.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly what I'm thinking, man. If anything, like I say, throw them on the money line parlay. I think the Pistons gonna win, but I'm not saying that they come in here and win by margin, man. It's a 6-12 team versus a 7-12 team. The Pistons do play better at the house, and obviously the Hornets are ass on the road, a lot more ass on the road. Both their wins have came at the house versus the Pistons, but I'm not taking Charlotte here, not taking the Pistons. It would definitely be Pistons or nothing for me, man. Let's get into the next game, man. We got the Raptors versus Orlando. It opened at -3. Moved up to 4. I saw the Raptors at -4. It looked like it's back down to 3.5. It's looking. Gordon did go through shooting around here, and so he probably is going to play in this spot. This is another double revenge spot, another spot where the team that's coming off that has lost both of the games, they were in the opponent's gym. So I mean, we'll see here the Magic. I know I did take them the previous 2 times. I'm hesitant to take them here, even though they have looked well late. I did hop on them in game versus the Cavs. I told people in that game versus the Cavs that the Magic probably was going to get it done in that one. I did have to hop on them in game, got them like -1.5, -2 in game. So that was pretty nice there. But man, the Magic here back at the house. It's real tough to step in front of the Raptors right now. I mean, they're looking real good past 5 games. I mean, they've won 5 straight. They are 1-4 the last 5 in Orlando, but this is just one right now where I'm staying off of it right now. But y'all know, man, I do lean toward the Magic, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there yet. The Raptors already took my money twice in this situation.
Actually, surprisingly, I'm not on the Raptors in this spot, and the reason why I'm staying away from it, honestly, is because I feel like I'd mentioned on the last show, right? The Raptors have won like over 30 games in a row against their division opponents at home, which means that if they're going to lose, it's going to be on the road. I think that they can't win every game. I just try to pick my spots with the Raptors. I think that the Raptors are a team that they get up for tougher opponents. I think that this could be a look-ahead spot for them. If you look at their schedule, so they played today against Orlando, then they got 3 straight home games against Utah, Miami, and Houston. Those are some serious games right there. So not to say that they don't want to pick up a win here, obviously with some tough games coming up, but I just think that they've been rolling they've been just winning so many games so easily almost lately. I know the Philly game wasn't really easy, but at the same time, they were kind of in control of that game. Not even because of their dominance, but because of Philly's just lack of, like I talk about every single episode, Philly's half-court offenses just can't be trusted right now, you know? Every other game they've handled pretty easily, and I just think in this game, I mean, Orlando's got to be tired of losing to Toronto at some point, right? Like, if they're ever going to beat them, it's going to be in a home spot, getting Gordon back, getting a little bit of energy. I don't know. Maybe I might touch an in-game play here, but I just feel like, and this line, like, why is this line so low, bro? Don't you feel like this -3.5? Why is it only -3.5, bro? That's not enough. Like, it should be more than that.
You're right.
I just feel, I looked at it and I was just like, when it seems too easy, bro, that's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid. I just feel like there's something wrong. Like, I don't like it. I might touch the end game, maybe a second half or something, but this is a stay away from me for now.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, because the first 2, you had to remember the first 2 times, I'm the one that was saying, hey, look, this line looks low and all this. I mean, and they were. I mean, what? The Raptors were -4.5, -5 at the house in the last game versus these 2. And I was saying the same thing. Why is the line so low with the Raptors at the house? And see, now it's 3.5, 4. Like I said, I mean, people still jumping on them. Obviously, the public going to hop on the Raptors. They've been cashing a lot of tickets. Seeing 78% of the public is on the Raptors here. So, I mean, you know that people going to be on them. Obviously, the line is still low. It looks like it's came back. Some spots are sitting at 3.5, or other ones are at 4. But like you say, and we know that the Raptors don't play the same at they don't play the same on the road than they do at the house. I think that it is a somewhat of a slip up spot, but I mean, we know, like I say, the 2 times before, I did think that Orlando was the sharp side in the particular games, and they kept it close for a while. Knowing that the last one, then the Raptors just blew them out after that. But like I said, this is the first one that the Magic get them at the house, so we'll see. I mean, y'all know me, man. I think that the Magic gonna upset them here, but it's just tough because the 2 times before, I thought they had a chance, and even though they hadn't won the game on the road, I still thought that they matched up well. So we'll see. I mean, still you're not gonna have Vucic out there, even if you get Gordon back. So there's still something to remember. It still be nice to have him out there. They had a full team when I was taking them before. This time they don't, and this is, like you said, in-game spot. See how the Magic come out. I do think that it definitely favors them early. The way they've been playing lately, Junior, you had to say, man, that's why I had to watch the Cavs game. Like, let me see, bro, because I think the Magic gonna win this game versus the Cavs. And even though the Cavs at the house, they came out there, handled their business, and then in the second half, it wasn't even close. So I got in that end game right at the. That's the thing about end game. You had to see if a team's coming to play or not, and then you had to hop on because before that game get out of hand, it might be 10, 11, 12 on that end game. This is definitely one where you come and see how the Magic come out here, see if they're ready to play, and then hop on them. You always can hop on some end game if you got a online account. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the only thing I gotta say about that one, man. I'm leaning towards the Magic heavily. I hadn't took them yet. I'm definitely might have to hop on some. I definitely would split my wager, hop on the Magic plus the points and the money. I think it's a winnable game. Like Junior said, hey, it could be a look ahead spot for the Raptors here. They've been playing really well lately. It's tough to step in front of them, but it is a little double revenge spot, man. Double revenge game, Jay, man. Let's get into the next game that I want to talk about. Bucks versus the Cavs, man. I think what do you? I want to ask you something, Junior. What do you think on these Thanksgiving games? Do you think it favors the home team or you think it favors the road team?
I think it favors the road team in the sense that the home team, you're at home with the fam, eating some turkey, had a couple adult beverages, couple of sipping on some, you know what I mean? Whereas if you're the road team, you're just like in the hotel. Like, yeah, you could say that they went out partying, but went out partying with your family. So what is there to really do except just chill? Probably have a nice little team dinner, and just go to bed early and get ready to go kick some ass because you're probably pissed off that you weren't at home with your family. That's what I think. I mean, I'm just making that shit up, obviously, but if that's how I would look at it, like if I was at home, I would be like nice and comfortable, probably still full, a little extra gravy, a little extra cranberry on that turkey,
Yeah. I mean, you got a good point there. Me personally, I actually think that I think that it favors the home team. Even with all that, I think that sometimes you being at the home comfort of your family, you know what I'm saying, having friends and family at the game, obviously in your home arena, you know what I'm saying. So I actually think I'm gonna go against the grain here. I actually think that it favors the home team. And really, I mean, I could go either way on it. Really, with this, really, Junior, just to what I'm saying, for content, whichever way you'd have went, I would have went the opposite way, just to what I'm saying, to make a point or whatever. But I do think that the home team. I mean, obviously we like
Yo,
betting on
Jay,
them.
I gotta tell the truth. I'm lying my ass off. The reason why I said it favors the road team, bro, is because I have a 3-team parlay, and two of the teams are all three teams are road teams. So I just needed to go that way, bro. That's why I said that shit. I don't even believe that. I just made that shit up. I just needed to hit my parlay for today.
Right, that's the only thing that matter, man. To get to some money, but yeah, I think the home team, and especially when you're a home dog, I really think that what I'm saying. That's already a spot where I like anyway. The home team, you got the home crowd behind you. You know what I'm saying? It's holiday time, the whole family coming out cheering you on. Even teams that didn't have a full crowd probably will now. Kids out of school, you know what I'm saying? We got a team here that's getting 11 points, man, in the Cavs. I mean, I know that the Bucks are a powerhouse. They're the top of the East. They're 15-3 on the season, and 8-2 on the road. And I mean, the Cavs, I mean, it's easy to look past them. They're only 5-13. They're not going to be scrappy in the game. We can come in laying 11 points on the road to them with no problem. I just don't think so. I think it's too many points in this particular spot, man. I think the Cavs can be scrappy in this one. They're coming off 2 straight losses. The Magic came to play in this spot. I know the Magic were 0-7 on the road up to that point, 0-6 on the road and 7, but the Magic came to play that day, and the Cavs were still scrappy in that game. The Magic was like, no, there's no way in hell we losing this game. We finna throw the book at y'all. Whatever we got, we giving it all out. We done lost every single game on this road trip. We finna win this last road game. That was the Magic mindset in the last game. This is a bounce back spot for the Cavs. This is a spot where I think, like I say, they've been at the house for what? They on a little home stand. They've lost 2 of their past home games. I think they come out here, man. I think this could be a potential spot, man, where the Bucks look past them. We saw the past 4 times that the Bucks have went on the road. They are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. The past few times they went on the road, they looked sleepy. You know what I'm saying? Against the Hawks team, they went down there. I had +11 versus the Hawks. Hawks was on them boys early in there. When of course, they made a run. The Bucks are always going to do that. No Corver in this spot. I just think this is a little bit of a little sleepy spot. I mean, I'm getting 11 points the same way versus the Hawks. I had to take them. Give me the Cavs here plus 11, man. I just think it's too many points. It's not a mega max play for me. Anything standard unit size. Give me the Cavs here, home team. Dog plus 11. Thanksgiving. All the family here, kids, everybody. Give me this 11 points, man. This is a little sneaky spot here for the Cavs. What you thinking, Junior?
I got the Bucks on that money line parlay I was telling you about. It's Sixers minus 300, Bucks minus 575, Clippers minus 230, pays 120 plus 124. That's the reason why I put them on this parlay. I was looking at it and I was just like, it's just too many points. One thing I don't like about the Bucks, every time I watch, every time I put money on them, they kind of tend to like smack teams around in like the second and third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, they always let teams kind of hang around, and you always feel like your spread's about to get busted with these guys. Like I just don't like it. They win their road games by an average of 10 points a game. Spread's 11. I think the Cavs are like. Let me just double check their splits. I think the Cavs at home also, though, they allow basically the same amount of points at home as they do on the road, whereas most teams, there's a huge difference, and they score 6 more points at home than they do on the road. So if that holds true to form, the Cavs are basically minus 10 on the road and minus 5 at home. I just think there's a lot of different things that could mess with the spread. And one of the other advantages that the Bucks usually have against other teams is that Giannis can get inside and he seems to dominate in the post. Not to say that he can't dominate in the post here, but at least Tristan Thompson's going to offer some resistance. I think that in my personal opinion, the way, if you ask me how this game is going to play out, I think that the Bucks are going to be blowing them out in the third and fourth quarter. And then with like 6 minutes left, the Bucks are not really going to care anymore. And Cavaliers are going to keep playing hard the whole time because they're just not a good team. They can't afford to take nights off. They got a bunch of young guys that even if a game's out of hand, they're still going to be playing because they're really young guys that need reps. And I just think that there's so much potential for this spread to get busted. So I just threw them on a money line parlay.
Exactly. Yeah, we definitely. And what did you saying the full game money line or the first half money line?
Full.
Okay, yeah. The Bucks, I mean, you look at it, they've won the past 9 games. This is one I always say, man, these NBA teams not just gonna go balls to the wall all year. I mean, even though it's early in the season, they're obviously trying to make a statement. Yeah, you're gonna try to win every single game, but this is only the regular season, man. The Bucks are a team where they know, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to go balls to the wall the whole season. The regular season is where it counts. They noticed from last year they had their best record in the league, man, and still didn't make it to the conference finals. So it's all about really, you know what I'm saying, maybe if you have to squeak by a few of these teams to get a win or even maybe take a loss. Just 11 points in this spot on the road is just too much in my opinion. They already beat the Cavs by 17 points earlier this year. So I mean, hey, the qualifies is revenge game J, man. Y'all know it's up, but me getting this 11 points here, revenge game J or not, man. Coming off 2 straight home losses, I think that the Cavs gonna come to play here. Like I say, day after Thanksgiving, Friday night game, man. Give me the double-digit home dog here. The Bucks are 1-4 ATS the last 5 games, following a straight-up win. They're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 when their opponent allows 100 points or more in the previous game, and they're 1-4 ATS last 5 after scoring 100 points or more in the previous game, man. So all of those fit the bill here, man. And the Bucks are 1-4 ATS the last 5 games, man. They've been barely squeaking by teams, even at the house, especially on the road, man. Give me the double-digit home dog here. They've been playing scrappy here. So, and that's another spot. Let's get to the 76ers and the Knicks here. Well, we got, man, you know what? I see, Junior, that the Knicks practiced yesterday on Thanksgiving. I guarantee they were the only team that practiced yesterday. That shows a little bit of dedication there. I mean, obviously, you're a 4-14 team. You need to get one leg up on everybody else in the league. You got the 76ers here coming in. No Horford here. Josh Richardson going to sit as well. We know that the 76ers, they don't really play the same on the road as well. I know a lot of people hopped on that +8 yesterday, man. If you could could have got that A yesterday with the Knicks. It was a damn good spot. It's another home team here where they catching points and where I mean they gonna want to come in here and win this game. They were damn near finna beat the 76ers the other day. If you guys watched that game, the 76ers have won the past 8 games the past 9 games in this series straight up. But like I say, the Knicks damn near beat them. What was this just 5 games ago? The Knicks they end up winning by 5. The 76ers did at the house. But if you guys watch, the Knicks were up by what? I think they had got up by like 17 in that game, right, Junior? They were up by double digits in that spot in Philly, and they had to come all the way back and win. So if the Knicks could do it over there in Philly, where they don't really play as well on the road, I think they're gonna give them everything they got, man. I like the Knicks here plus the 7 today at the house, man. What you thinking, Junior?
Yeah, if I was touching the spread, I would definitely lean Knicks plus the points. The reason that I'm taking the Sixers is there's a few different reasons. After the Sixers got embarrassed by the Raptors, I really thought that they were going to come out and smack the Kings around, but it's not exactly how that game worked out. I know they had a pretty big lead at one point in the fourth quarter, but the Kings came back and made that a game late in that game. I think that if you look at the 76ers recent schedule, right, they're not playing well, bro. Like, so they've won like 5 out of their last 6 games, but look at these wins. They beat the Cavs, the Knicks, the Spurs. They blew out the Heat that one game. I don't want to say they got embarrassed by the Raptors because that was a closed game until the end, until the Sixers kind of threw that away. I was saying more so embarrassed that Joel Embiid personally got embarrassed, and Ben Simmons had that half-court shot with like 6 seconds left, like he lost his mind and didn't realize what was happening in the game. He kind of threw away the opportunity for them to try and tie that game up. But anyways, my point being, the last time the 76ers had a quality win other than that Miami win was probably when they beat, I think, who exactly? Because if you look at all of their wins, they beat Boston to open the season. And then every tough team that they've played, they've lost to. They lost to the Jazz. They lost to the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? They beat the Heat, but that's the only playoff caliber team that they've beaten. Go look at the Sixers record and look at their wins, and you'll see that they got a lot of wins against a lot of teams that are not that good. So I don't think that they could take. And first of all, Jay, you halfway made my point as to why I took this game. The last time the 76ers played the Knicks, they were down like 17 points, and I thought they were going to.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. The last time they played them, they were down 17 points, and I mean, if the Knicks could get up by 17 on the road, then I think that they could possibly win this game. I mean, especially the fact I'm getting 7 points with no Horford here, no Horford and Josh Richardson in this spot, man. You got 2 of your starters down. I'm getting a full squad here, a team that practiced yesterday, they're showing dedication. I mean, even though they were off yesterday, they were at the house. This is a team where they have to, like I say, being at the house, I feel like having a little bit of an advantage here over this little Thanksgiving break. Even though you're with your family, I can understand some distractions, but you still gonna come to play, man. Here, especially a Knicks team that's only 4-14. Fizdale fight for his job every single game. Fight for his job. My man Junior here pointed out the 76ers have been playing well. I mean, they went over there and bust the Heat. They went and bust the Heat pretty good, but other than that, they hadn't looked impressive whatsoever. And just like you said, Junior, that the Kings spot, they didn't blow them out either. Kings still covered their spread in the game where Joel Embiid came out firing. So I just don't think that the 76ers are in good form right now. They probably win this game if they win it by 3 or 4 points. I'm not sold on them winning this game. I think it's a sleepy spot. I think that the Knicks here plus the 7 is the spot. Maybe even sprinkle a little bit on the money line here. You back, Junior?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that, bro. I don't know what happened. I got trapped in the Matrix for a second. What I was saying was that's why I can't touch the Sixers on the spread here. That being said, there's no way, in my opinion, that the Sixers can overlook any team, bro. They have to take this New York game seriously. They have to come out and handle business because they already seen that the last time they took them light, they were down double digits at home. So what do you think is going to happen if they take them light in this angle? And I love that you pay attention to the same type of things that I pay attention to, bro. Yo, in my opinion, bro, I don't care how many losses we have. Yo, you're gonna make me practice on Thanksgiving, son? Nah, bro. I'm not with it. Yo, if my coach made me practice on Thanksgiving, I'll be like, all right,
Hey, you
yeah,
don't
all
have to
right.
go. You could get fined. You could take the fine or something, or call in sick. Tell them, hey, look. Matter of fact, you tell me to come in practice. I already had a couple of eggnogs. You still want me to come? Cause hey, I'm beating, I'm beating through up all over the floor, man. I done already had some little spiked apple cider, all that. So hey, and look, Anthony made a good point. RJ Barrett is Canadian, so he didn't. It's not Thanksgiving to him. He don't mind staying in the gym late. So man, give me. I think we got a little edge here. I think there's an edge with the Knicks practicing yesterday. I guarantee you, nobody else was out there practicing yesterday on Thanksgiving. I think we got a nice edge here on the Knicks. If we get 7 points, man, at the house in the Garden, a 14 team, man. I mean, every game is a must win for them. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Knicks they're not just a bet on team, not a hurry to bet on them, but this is just a spot where, like I say, a home dog getting 7 points. If you could have got the 8 yesterday when you saw Horford announced out, you're real nice. All these lines were out yesterday, so you could have got that Knicks plus the 8, sitting at plus 7 now, just a point difference to me, man. I know my local, he gonna try to bump it up a little bit. Hey, I'm finna go hit him for that plus 7.5, plus that 8. I already know it, but let's get into another game, man. Let's get into this Warriors and Heat spot, man. We got the Heat 7-0 at the house. If I'm not mistaken, Junior, Jimmy Butler illness probables, right? And didn't you see that as well?
Yeah. That's why I'm all over the Heat in this spot. I don't know if you want to take this, and I'll follow your lead, but I'm all over the Heat. I got them first half and full game. But did you want to touch on this first, or what's up?
Yeah, I'll say what I had to say about it. I mean, the Heat are 6-2 ATS in the last 8 meetings, and this is with all the guys for the Warriors. So I mean, the Heat, Spoelstra, he knows how to play these guys. I don't think that they're going to overlook them. It is a huge spread. Looks like it opened at 12.5, down to 11.5. Some people liking the Warriors here plus 11.5. Draymond Green's probably going to play. I just don't think that it's going to matter. I mean, the Warriors are 3-0 ATS their past 3 games, and it's been without Draymond Green. They played a nice game versus the Bulls. I wasn't on the Bulls in that spot. I mean, I was leaning that way, but I was thinking the Bulls were the better team, but I saw the way the Warriors playing lately. Obviously, the way they played OKC, they were up double digits in that game. OKC had to give it everything they had to come back and win that game. That was what made me stay off. I knew that they could beat the Bulls even without Draymond Green, and that's what they did. I'm staying off this. I'm staying off the Warriors in this spot, man. The only thing I could look at is the Heat here, man. I think they're gonna blow them boys out off their loss versus the Rockets. They getting Jimmy Butler back. It seals a lot of points, but we've seen the Heat come out and bust teams by 20 in the first half, man. I think this is a tough spot for the Warriors here. Like I say, the Heat already been playing them nice 6-2 ATS the last 8 meetings. You getting Jimmy Butler back? I think they're gonna bust some boys out. You going coast to coast. You're going from the west to the east over here in Miami, man. I think this one could get ugly, Junior.
I agree 100% with you. I think that the way that the Warriors play does not bode well for them against this Heat team. And this is a Heat team that's got to be pissed off because even though they lost by 9 to Houston, they were getting their asses whooped in that game, bro. They were down by like 24 points, I think, at the half, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 2 of their last 3 games where they're getting their asses whooped. Both of them were on the road. They're coming back home, some home cooking, where they usually tend to really get up on teams and really early. Like they've won their last 4 or 5 home games by double digits. So I don't really see any reason why they wouldn't run the Golden State Warriors off the court here. Jimmy Butler's back. Yeah, I don't like this spot for the Warriors at all, bro. And if you look at the Heat's upcoming schedule. They head out on a 3-game road trip, and it's going to be a tough road trip. They head to Brooklyn, then they play Toronto, then they play at Boston. They play Toronto and Boston back-to-back on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I don't think that there's any way that they take Golden State for granted. I think they come out all business. I watched that Warriors game. I don't know if you saw at the end. I'm not sorry, not the Warriors game, the Rockets game. At the end of that game, the Heat Rockets game, the Rockets are by 10. Daniel House pump fakes, tries to go to the basket, and there's like 30 seconds left, and like you're up double digits with 30 seconds left. Why are you going hard to the rim, bro? You're not a scrub. You're not a 12th man. You're a rotation player, bro. Just You know what I'm saying? Just take a one dribble pull up jumper. He tried to get into the lane and Goran Dragic body checked him, bro. And that's what I like. The Heat are a no nonsense kind of team. I promise you they're gonna come out tonight pissed off and fuck these guys up, bro. That's what I think. So I got him first half -6.5, and I got him full game. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to double check the spread that I actually got. I think I got him at like -11.
Yeah, I like that. You say they gonna come out and fuck this team. I like that. Nah,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
exactly what I think gonna happen to me. Like you say, they 7-0 at the house, man. Come on now. They not I just don't think they finna play no games with this Warriors team. I mean, I think that the Heat are the type of team where it's like, all right, the Warriors, y'all been nice for a while. We're gonna kick y'all while they down. This is their first time facing them since everybody went down. But like I say, even though they were 6-2 against them, even when all their guys were in, man, this is a Heat spot. I'm not they keep bringing the spread down. I don't care if the sharps on the Warriors here plus the points. Hey, bring it down some more for us. Bring it down 10.5, 10 for me, so I can go smash it some more, man. Let's see. Gordon now listed questionable on Friday. Man, I think he's gonna play, man. Aaron Gordon, I think he's gonna play. He went through shoot around just fine. You know, he was damn near finna come back the last game. He went through shoot around. They just fucking with y'all, man. I think Aaron Gordon gonna play, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know on Twitter if he, you know what I'm saying, actually gonna play. He is gonna be a game time decision, so we'll see. Let's get into this Jazz and Memphis spot, man. Jazz coming off a couple losses here. They did get Gobert back in that last game. The Jazz are one of them teams where they look totally different at the house than they do on the road. It's a huge dichotomy there. You got the Jazz is 8-1 at the house, and then they're 3-6 away, man. So we know that the Grizzlies here, they've been real scrappy here lately. The Jazz, they lost the last meeting to the Grizzlies, so it's crazy. This is a little tricky revenge game spot. The Jazz, who are the better, obviously they're the better team, not necessarily on the road, but they are the better team. They lost 107-106 exactly 2 weeks ago to this Grizzlies team. The Grizzlies are 8-2 ATS the last 10 meetings, so they played the Jazz well. I mean, obviously it's just about what this Grizzlies team does. It's a different team than last year's, than different years of past, you know. So this 2 straight losses for the Jazz, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how they come out here. Crazy to say the last 4 Jazz games that went over. We know they had played a couple of them without Gobert, but he was back last game and they still gave up 121 to the Pacers. He did look kind of rusty out there, a little slow feet moving. The Grizzlies have lost 5 straight games as well. They did cover that last game, played a damn good game versus the Clippers. No Kawhi in that spot. They really had a chance to win that one laid down the stretch, man. It'll be interesting to see if they can stand this one. Revenge spot for the Jazz. Anything you liking in this spot, Junior?
No, this is a stay away for me. I think this price is wrong. Not to say that what I mean by the price is wrong, I think 7.5 points is too many points for a Utah team that averages 103 points a game on the road. 103 points a game on the road can get you beat by any team in the NBA, as far as I'm concerned. So for that fact alone, I would never lay that many points with this team. I don't care if it's the Grizzlies or not. It's a complete stay away for me for a couple of reasons. You just don't really know how Utah is going to respond to the fact that they've already lost to this team. Does that mean they come out more intense? You would think so. On top of the fact that the Grizzlies have lost like 5 games in a row, but I've paid attention. I'm not going to say I've watched every Grizzlies game, but I've paid attention to them when I've gone back and looked at the fourth quarters and the first quarters because I watch. I don't remember every game. If not, if it's a lot, I just go back and look at my favorite working. So my point is, the Grizzlies give teams a lot of problems at home, even though they keep they just don't know how to finish because they're just like a bunch of young guys. You know what I'm saying? 7.5 points with Utah on the road. I mean, bro, I don't even think I would lay 7.5 points with Utah at home if I'm just being realistic, because even on a good night, you know, what do they average on the season? Like 106 points a game. I swear to you, like those are the type of things where, yeah, they play great defense, but like on the road, 103 points a game is not enough for me to be laying 7.5 points with you. You're not going to tell me that they're going to keep the home team to the low 90s or mid 90s. I mean, maybe, but the Grizzlies play at like the 6th fastest pace in the league, which means they're going to have a lot of opportunities to score. And if you look at their games, even in losses, they're putting up 119, 114. Like, you're not beating them unless you score like 110 points or more. And I don't think that Utah could really do that right now, bro, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, and we know that the Grizzlies are going to push the pace as well. So that's one thing that the Jazz really they like to get into a half-court defensive type game. That's really where they thrive at. And the Grizzlies, they're not about that life. Not this year. Old time. It's not grind city anymore. They run up and down the court with Ja Morant, who's actually, if I'm not mistaken, I saw that he was questionable. I mean, he's obviously going to play, but he's still feeling the effects of that fall from a couple of games ago. We know the past 2 games he's been questionable. He's everybody's probably going to play, but it's just a spot where I just stay off of. I don't think that the Jazz are going to lose again though to the Grizzlies. As much as they've been losing on the road, it's tough if they don't look the same. They did get Gobert back the last game, so I think they will come out here pissed. It'll be interesting to see. That's definitely a game I'll be watching. Might put a second half play out or something on. Let's get into this OKC Thunder and the Pelicans game. Man, the Pelicans, they should have won that game versus the Lakers. Man, they pissed it away in the fourth quarter there. That was pretty crazy. They still got the cash though. I told y'all the Pelicans was gonna cover that spread, man. So I mean, I hope y'all had the Lakers on the money line parlay or something. The Lakers' spread was not to play in that game. I'm telling y'all, the Pelicans up 10 at the half. Junior, I can't believe they didn't win that game. I think this is a prime letdown spot. That was an emotional ass game. The Pelicans played a perfect game throughout the first half, man. Really kind of sort of. I mean, the third quarter wasn't even too bad, but the fourth quarter, you saw the AD was just like, I'm not finna lose to y'all ass, man. I'm finna go and show y'all the reason why I wanted to get traded from this motherfucker, man. Y'all can do whatever voodoo y'all want on me. I'm still going for 40 and finna bust y'all up. I think Ball is gonna sit this one out once again. You're still not gonna have favors in this spot. Like I say, everybody else was playing good, but I just think that the Pelicans don't play enough defense down the stretch, man. And we know that OKC is a damn good defensive team as well. They're coming off a damn blowout loss versus the Blazers. I thought they was gonna get it done versus the Blazers, man. The Blazers went there and smacked them boys up. They coming back to the house. We know OKC is a damn good first half team. I like OKC to come out here and put some frustrations out on the Pelicans. Even though the Pelicans can score, they just don't play enough defense for me, man. And OKC, they can play play good defense, but sometimes they go through scoring droughts. So it's a little bit of a little exchange here, but of what teams like to do. But I'm definitely leaning towards OKC here. Anything you like in this game?
No, this is a complete stay away for me, bro. You know how I am. I'll as much as work as we put into this, as much time as we put into this, there's just sometimes where I got to look at a team and be like, I don't know what this team is. And Oklahoma City for me is one of those teams. I don't know what Oklahoma City is, bro. Like I really don't. If you ask me to say what they do well, what they don't do well,
they're a defensive team.
I don't know.
I can tell you, they are a defensive team. That's what they hang their head on is defense.
Exactly, but when you look at their defensive rating, they're like 14th in the league in defensive rating. Now, I'll say one thing about some of these advanced stats, though. It doesn't really take into account who you've played. For example, even though they're 14th in defensive rating, look at who they've played recently. They played the Lakers twice, the Clippers, the Sixers, like in the last 5-6 games, you know what I'm saying? So they played some really, really tough opponents, which has kind of screwed up their defensive rating. So I will give you that they are a defensive team, and that's what they're definitely not an offensive team. I'll tell you that. So that being said, bro, I agree with your take on the Pelicans essentially gave, threw a haymaker against the Lakers and gave it their best punch, and still ended up on the judges' scorecard as the losers. If you want to use a boxing analogy, like they gave it all they had. They essentially kind of gave that game away, bro. They should have won that game. Yeah. And the fact that they didn't win that game, that's their third loss in a row. They play Oklahoma City on this weird home and home situation. I'd probably take the home team in both of these situations. I would go home team Thunder.
Exactly.
And then when they go back to New Orleans on Sunday, I would take New Orleans. Honestly, that's the way I think that this whole thing will play out.
Exactly. That's exactly what I forgot to say as well, that it's a home and home game. And this is a short spread here. I can't say I like OKC more in the first half to come out pissed. more than a full game because I can't. It always scares me when it's a not necessarily a good offensive team versus a team where I know they can score because I always think that they can keep some. Even though they don't like to play defense, they can score better than OKC can. So all it takes is for them to go on a little run, So and we know that fouls can be different too. And if Ingram gets in foul trouble here early, this one won't be close, man. So I definitely like OKC in the first half, and we'll take a look at it at halftime and then I'll make a decision to either take OKC double up in the second half or to just stay off, man. And even though the Pelicans don't play any defense, I have to lean toward the under this spot because I know the way OKC likes to play, man. They don't really like to run and gun. Even though the Pelicans do, something tells me that OKC will try to slow this pace down as much as they can and play lockdown defense. The Pelicans tried to play some defense. They played some defense in the first half versus the Lakers. Just in the second half, it didn't matter what they did. We got time to get to a couple more games. We got four games left. I don't really have nothing on any one of them. I was close to get close there versus the Mavs. It looks like the Suns are getting Baines and Rubio back tonight. In the Lakers spot, that's a shitload of points, man, versus the Wizards team that can score a shitload of points, man. It's a high ass total, but we know that the Wizards, they don't do anything but go overs, man. And I was looking towards the Blazers as well. That's too many points, so I didn't want to lay that 8 points versus the Bulls. I know they just went and bust them by 20 points over there, but the Bulls coming off a loss, only a 90-point effort versus the Warriors. The Bulls are not a bet on team to me on the road, but damn, they getting 8 points. I'm not a fan of laying that many points with Portland so far, man. Just because they look good versus OKC. Anything you thinking about those last 3 games, or are they on your parlay before we get out of here?
Yeah, so I'll just repeat my parlay one last time. Sixers minus 300, Bucks minus 575, Clippers minus 230, Page plus 124. Looking to keep this parlay streak alive. 8-0 in these parlays. Obviously, that streak's got to come to an end at some time. I'm a little bit nervous about this parlay because all 3 teams are on the road. That being said, if I cap the game and this is what I got. Obviously, these are 3 of the best teams in the NBA, so that helps as well. If I'm gonna break down this Clippers Spurs spot real quick, I just think that sure there's the angle that Kawhi is coming home, but I look at it this way: who on the San Antonio team played with Kawhi that's important? Nobody. So why do they care that Kawhi is coming home? He didn't leave them. He left a bunch of guys other than like Patty Mills that don't even play for the team anymore. So I think there's going to be a lot of emotion in the building. And if it wasn't for that one factor, I would be all over the Clippers minus 6 in this spot because I think that's a super cheap price considering who the Clippers are right now. It should definitely be closer to double digits in my opinion. What about San Antonio makes you think that they're going to hang around with the Clippers other than the Kawhi emotional factor of the crowd just being like, you know what I'm saying, super invested in this game? If you're talking about quality, if you're talking about roster versus roster, first of all, I don't want to get long-winded because I know we're going over the time here. Just from a physicality standpoint, J Money, to me the Spurs roster is full of dudes that are pretty soft, bro, physically. Who on the Clippers roster is soft in any way physically, bro? I mean, Montrez, not Lou Will, sorry, Pat Bev, Kawhi and Paul George, Zubac. These guys are gonna have a real problem with these guys. I could easily see the Clippers blowing these guys out of the water, but again, the Kawhi emotional factor has me kind of nervous about laying points right now. So I got Clippers money line in this spot.
Bro, I don't even. You see, I skipped over that game. I fucking hate the Spurs right now. I know they're terrible right now. I know they're 2-8 ATS the last 10. I was on them in the last game. I had them on the parlay. That was really the only game that fucked me off on Wednesday, bro. I'm so pissed at the Spurs. Like I say, I had them on a couple different parlays. That was the only one that screwed me off. They got up 92-91 there late in the fourth quarter. I thought that was gonna be the turning point. Right then, they let the fucking Timberwolves go on a 10-0 run, bro. It's like they just even the players say it when they get on a run or play good for Spurs, then they go on the Spurs where they don't. I can't. I'm not even watching this fucking game. I hope the Clippers blow them out by 50 points. I'm staying away from it. Since me saying that, the Spurs probably do some kinky shit and win or some shit. I still thought that they were playing well in the past few games, but I'm staying all the way off this game. As Clippers are nothing for me. Like I say, I'm staying off of it. This probably be the spot where the Spurs try to play or something, man. I can't stand this fucking team right now, and they screwed me out so much money the other day. I don't even want to talk about this fucking game. I do lean to the under in that game though. Like you said, this should be an emotional game. We know the Clippers are gonna bring it on the road. Kawhi getting back. This is a stout defensive team. I don't, like I said before the season, I don't see how many points, see how many teams get past 100 points if the Clippers really come to play defensively and say, you know what, we're gonna lock down defense. It's a lot of teams that's it's tough to get past them, man. I'm liking OKC today more in the first half than full game against the Pelicans. I'm liking a couple of dogs that I do like the Heat today to go bust the Warriors out in the first quarter, the first half, and the full game with the with Junior Arnell. And I'm liking the Knicks plus the points, plus the 8 yesterday, but it's plus 7 today. I still like it. I'm liking the Cavs put double-digit home dog plus the 11, man. And hadn't bet it yet, but if I had to make a play on that Magic game, it would have to be the Magic plus the points in that spot, man. Double revenge. And it's looking like they're getting Gordon back, but it's tough to stand in front of the Raptors right now, man. And you also have the Pistons at the house in double revenge as well, but that's too many points for me, man. That's it for the show today. My guy, those recap my plays, and my guy Junior gave you his parlays, man. We'll get to some money. I'm hosting the late show for Jimmy, so if y'all want to see me there, me and my guy Maxwell Smart gonna be talking some NCAA, some college basketball, man. So let's get to it. That's my guy Junior. It's me, J Money. We appreciate y'all for tuning in for Jam and J Money. We'll holler at y'all tomorrow.